Have you ever stopped to wonder if what people call love is sometimes just fear of being alone in disguise? What if a lot of relationships aren't really about connection at all, but about running from the silence sitting inside us? The Stoics warned about this. The chains we choose for ourselves are the hardest ones to break, and often those chains come wrapped in something that looks like romance, comfort, stability. But underneath, something feels off. Most people don't walk into relationships because they're strong and whole. They walk in because they're afraid to sit alone with their own thoughts, and dealing with someone else's problems feels easier than facing their own. That's how people end up losing themselves, piece by piece, just to keep another person close. Marcus Aurelius once said not to fear death, but to fear never really starting to live. And that's exactly what happens when someone can't tolerate being single. They stop actually living. This isn't about hating love or saying you should be alone forever. It's about taking your power back, learning to stand on your own, so that if you do choose love someday, it's a choice, not a need. Because love only means something when it comes from freedom, not fear. So let's get into 10 reasons staying single might genuinely be the best thing you can do for yourself right now. 1. You avoid the wrong attachments. Staying single hands you one of the greatest protections there is. You sidestep the wrong people entirely. Think about how many lives have been completely upended, sometimes wrecked, just from attaching to the wrong partner. It doesn't take a bad person to damage you. It just takes the wrong one, for you specifically. The wrong relationship doesn't just eat your time. It can cost you years of growth, energy, even your sense of self. When you're desperate for love, you're not careful. You skip the questions. Is this person actually good for me? Do they respect my boundaries? Do they add peace or just drama? You jump in fast instead, hoping they'll fix a loneliness you're too scared to face directly. That's when the trouble starts. The red flags get quietly excused, and bit by bit, you disappear. Staying single protects you from all of that. The Stoics believed freedom was the highest good. Freedom from being ruled by your own desires. Freedom from being chained to other people's opinions. Single? You actually have that freedom. You're not tethered to someone's mood swings or their approval. You get to say no to manipulation, to disrespect, to anyone trying to shape who you are. You don't owe anyone an explanation for not texting back or for choosing to focus on yourself. And here's the quieter benefit. When you're not desperate, you get harder to fool. You start seeing people clearly because need isn't clouding the picture anymore. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. And I'd add, it also depends heavily on the quality of the people you let close. Staying single until you're genuinely ready to choose wisely spares you a huge amount of pain most people never manage to avoid. Every day you spend single isn't a day wasted. It's genuinely a day protected. It's easy to look around and feel like you're falling behind while everyone else seems paired off. But slow down and actually watch some of those relationships up close. How many of them are built on real compatibility? And how many are just two people who got tired of being alone at the same time? Staying single isn't missing out on anything. It's quietly saving you from years of damage you might never fully recover from. And when the right person eventually does show up, you'll meet them from a position of readiness, not need. 2. You have full ownership of your time. One of the biggest gifts of being single is this: your time actually belongs to you. In the wrong relationship, Your hours get negotiated away without you quite noticing, until you're living on someone else's schedule entirely. Where you go, what you do, it all runs through someone else's filter. If that person doesn't value your time the way you do, you end up drained and constantly behind on what actually matters to you. Single, you get to spend your morning however you want. Chase an idea late into the night without anyone complaining. Take a trip on a whim, or just sit in silence without needing to explain why. Seneca said it plainly. It's not that life is short, it's that we waste so much of it. And one of the biggest ways people waste their lives is pouring their hours into relationships that never nurture them back. Hours spent arguing, faking peace, fixing someone else's chaos. Time you'll never get back. Being single teaches you exactly how valuable your time is, how much you can actually accomplish without constantly checking in or compromising every small decision. And every hour you invest in yourself compounds. A year spent building yourself while single can put you a decade ahead of someone stuck, wasting their years on a relationship that holds them back. Ask yourself honestly, how much time have you already handed to people who didn't deserve it? Being single is your chance to take that time back and use it to actually build something. And here's a detail worth sitting with. Freedom over your time also means you stop living by someone else's moods. No canceling plans because someone's upset. No burning a whole weekend patching up a fight that wasn't even really about you. Time is the one resource that never comes back around. Lose money, and you can earn it again. Lose an opportunity, and another one eventually shows up. But a day, once it's gone, is gone permanently. So it's worth asking honestly, how much of yours has already gone to people who never really valued it? And here's the paradox worth remembering. Once you've genuinely learned to guard your time as a single person, you're far less likely to waste it carelessly when someone worthy does eventually show up. Your standards go up. You spot quickly who respects your time and who doesn't, and you stop hesitating to walk away from anyone trying to quietly steal it. 3. You build self-mastery without distraction. Being single gives you real space to master yourself. No constant drama pulling your focus. No emotional whiplash. Just you and the discipline to shape who you're becoming. Relationships can be beautiful, but they're also noisy. Endless check-ins, worrying what the other person thinks, compromises that quietly erode your own focus over time. Single, that noise disappears. No arguments to wake up to. No borrowed stress to carry to bed. You get the room to actually ask, what do I want? Who am I trying to become? And then the time and energy to go do it. Epictetus said, no man is free who isn't master of himself. And you can't master yourself while constantly absorbed in someone else's chaos. Self-mastery means building habits that make you steady. Training your body, sharpening your mind, building routines that actually strengthen you. When you're single, nothing's stopping you. So many people burn years fixing relationships that were never built to last. Arguing at night instead of reading or training. Spending mornings recovering from fights instead of starting the day with clarity. That's not mastery. That's a slow drain. Single, every bit of that energy is yours to redirect into the gym, your work, your growth, and the results compound fast. Small wins stack into real confidence, and confidence over time becomes something close to unstoppable. It's also emotional training. With no one to lean on or blame, you're forced to actually sit with your fears and doubts and learn to steady yourself. That's resilience, and it's something you can't fully build any other way. And here's the thing worth remembering. If you can't hold yourself together while you're alone, you won't magically manage it inside a relationship either. Because relationships test you constantly, push against your patience, press on your buttons, build that steadiness and solitude first, and you carry it with you into everything after. Don't think of your single season as some kind of gap in the story. Think of it as a training ground, the place where discipline actually gets forged, where you become someone who doesn't just survive whatever life throws, but genuinely handles it. 4. You protect your energy from toxic people. Nothing drains a person faster than being tied to the wrong one. Toxic people don't just cost you time. They poison your peace, make you question your own perception, pull you into constant conflict, guilt-trip you for wanting a little freedom. That's not love. That's a slow erosion of your own spirit. Single, you're not walking on eggshells around someone else's mood, or checking your phone every 5 minutes out of fear you'll set them off. Your energy, arguably your most valuable resource, stays clean and yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. But it's hard to think clearly surrounded by negativity and manipulation. Your environment shapes your mind, and nothing shapes that environment more than who you let close. Toxic people rarely show up looking like villains. They often arrive disguised as comfort, as companionship. But you feel it underneath, that they take more than they give. Staying single flips that entirely. Keeping your circle deliberately clear, choosing peace over chaos, growth over drama. Think about the quiet power of waking up without dread. No fight waiting for you, no passive-aggressive text, just space to decide, on your own terms, where your energy goes. And this isn't just about avoiding bad people. It builds the actual muscle of saying no, of cutting ties the moment someone shows you who they really are. Think about the sheer relief of waking up without dread. No argument waiting for you before you've even had coffee. No passive-aggressive message to decode. Just quiet. Just space to actually decide how you want to spend your own energy today. That's not a small thing. That's priceless, genuinely. And protecting your energy isn't only about keeping bad people out. It's about building the backbone to walk away without guilt the moment someone shows you exactly who they are. Once you've tasted real peace, you stop being willing to tolerate chaos just because it's familiar. 5. You learn to genuinely enjoy your own company. At first, being single can feel uncomfortable. The silence sits heavy. Your own thoughts get loud. Most people run from that discomfort, reaching for their phone, chasing attention, or jumping into whatever relationship shows up first, just to escape the quiet. But if you can't enjoy your own company, nobody else is ever going to fill that particular gap for you. Being single forces you to actually face yourself, your flaws and fears, but also your strengths and values. And the more time you spend there, the more you start to genuinely like the person you're becoming. That's when the fear of being alone quietly starts to dissolve. Carl Jung said, loneliness doesn't come from having nobody around. It comes from being unable to communicate what actually matters to you. Meaning, being surrounded by people never fixes loneliness on its own. If you don't understand yourself, you'll feel alone, even in a crowded room. But learn to enjoy your own presence, and a walk becomes peaceful instead of boring. A quiet evening becomes a chance to recharge instead of something to escape. You stop waiting for someone to complete a life that was already whole. And once you've got that, you stop chasing people just to fill silence. Stop settling for half-hearted attention. Any relationship after that becomes a genuine bonus, not a requirement. Marcus Aurelius wrote that very little is actually needed for a happy life because it's all found within, which is exactly what shows up once you embrace your own company. And the paradox is real. The more you love being with yourself, the healthier your future relationships tend to be, because you're choosing people out of strength instead of fear. 6. You escape the trap of chasing validation. One of the sneakiest traps in relationships is slowly starting to live for someone else's approval, shaping your words, your choices, even your personality around what they think. So gradually, you barely notice it happening. Before long, you're not living your own life anymore. You're performing one. Single, you break out of that entirely. No bending your dreams or opinions just to keep someone else comfortable. You get to just be you, fully. Validation is genuinely addictive. The moment you start chasing it, you need more and more of it, and the less you remember your own inherent value. That's a big part of why people stay in bad relationships. Approval from the wrong person still feels better than the risk of standing alone. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be willing to be thought foolish," meaning stop caring so much what people think, because if your peace depends on their opinion, you'll never actually be free. Staying single trains exactly that discipline. Validating yourself, knowing your own worth without needing anyone to confirm it out loud. And ironically, the moment you stop chasing approval is often the moment you become more magnetic. Confidence and independence draw people in, but by then, you don't actually need it. It's a bonus, not oxygen. 7. You grow stronger in solitude. Solitude scares a lot of people. The word alone conjures loneliness, emptiness, weakness. But solitude isn't weakness, it's training. It's the gym for your character. Single, you're thrown into it whether you like it or not. And at first it's heavy. Your doubts and insecurities get loud. That's exactly why so many people rush into relationships too fast, to avoid facing themselves. But if you can't sit with yourself, you'll never be steady enough to stand with someone else either. Marcus Aurelius said nowhere is more peaceful, more free of interruption than your own soul. In solitude, there's nobody to distract you, nobody to blame, nobody coming to rescue you, just you. And while that's uncomfortable at first, it's precisely what builds real strength. Solitude is pressure, and pressure builds resilience. You learn to calm your own mind, lift yourself on bad days, enjoy life without constant outside validation. Once you've survived enough nights alone and found peace anyway, very little can actually shake you. No breakup, no rejection, because you've already proven you can hold your own ground. And solitude sharpens your mind too. Without constant noise, your own thoughts get clearer, and you start telling apart which dreams are genuinely yours versus ones you were just carrying for someone else. 8. You can focus fully on your own mission. One of the biggest traps in the wrong relationship is slowly starting to live for someone else's comfort. Adjusting your schedule, your habits, even your goals just to keep them happy, until you've quietly forgotten your own reason for being here. Single, that problem disappears. Nobody needs an explanation for why you're working late or grinding on a weekend instead of watching TV. You're free to chase what actually matters to you without watering it down. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a person's true delight is doing what they were made for. But most people never reach that delight because they're too busy managing someone else's emotions instead. Staying single protects you from that. You get the room to throw yourself fully into building something without apology. And real missions require obsession. Late nights, early mornings, sometimes saying no to comfort in order to say yes to something bigger. Hard to sustain that when your energy's tied up keeping someone else okay. Look at most people you genuinely admire. A lot of them spent long stretches of life single, precisely because their mission came first. That's not selfishness. That's purpose. And ironically, real focus tends to be magnetic too. People respect drive and direction, but more importantly, you start respecting yourself. 9. You build emotional independence. Staying single teaches you how to actually stand on your own emotionally. Most people don't realize how much they're leaning on someone else until that support is gone. Relying on another person to make them feel loved, calm, or worthy. When your emotional state is permanently tied to someone else, you're never really free. Single, there's no safety net, which sounds harsh, but it forces you to learn how to comfort yourself, motivate yourself, and pick yourself back up without outside help. That's emotional independence, and once it's genuinely built, nobody can take it from you. It's tough at first. Quiet nights hit harder, bad days feel heavier. But sit with those feelings instead of running from them, and something shifts. You realize you can actually handle it. Epictetus said, "No man is free who isn't master of himself." And this is exactly that. Not letting your mood swing with someone else's mood. Not letting your peace hinge on a text reply. Think about how most people live. One bad argument ruins their whole week. One cold reply leaves them anxious for days. That's not freedom. That's a quiet kind of emotional dependency. Single, you get the chance to build a different muscle entirely. Validating yourself, finding joy in simple things. Letting happiness come from inside rather than outside. And the paradox here is real too. When you don't need someone to complete you, you actually have more genuine love to give because it's coming from fullness instead of lack. 10. You become whole before you ever share yourself. One of the biggest lies most of us absorb early is that we need another person to complete us. Movies, songs, even offhand family comments all push the same idea, that you are only whole once you find your other half. It sounds romantic, but it might be one of the more dangerous beliefs a person can carry, because the moment you believe you're incomplete, you spend your life chasing someone to fill a gap instead of learning to stand complete on your own. Being single is the chance to break that lie completely, to discover you're already enough, that your identity and worth were never actually someone else's to hand you. Think about how different relationships look once you already feel whole. You're not entering out of desperation, not bending yourself into shapes just to keep someone around. You choose from abundance instead of lack. You share yourself because you're overflowing, not because you're empty. That's the healthiest form of love there is, a gift, not a transaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote that very little is needed for a happy life because it's all found within. Happiness was never about finding someone to complete you. It's realizing you were never actually broken to begin with. It takes real work, facing insecurities, the parts of yourself you'd rather hide. But stick with it, and what you find on the other side is something unshakable. And the paradox again, Once you genuinely feel whole on your own, that's exactly when you're ready to actually share yourself, not to be fixed, but to walk beside someone as an equal. Pause. So let's bring it together. Staying single isn't a failure, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's a season of real power, a chance to take your life back and build yourself into someone genuinely unshakable. You sidestep the wrong attachments. You protect your time, the one resource you never get back. You build self-mastery without distraction. You guard your energy from people who'd only drain it. You learn to actually enjoy your own company. You stop chasing validation. You get stronger in solitude. You focus fully on your own mission instead of managing someone else's comfort. You build emotional independence. And above everything, you become whole before you ever hand yourself to someone else. That's not weakness. That's freedom. Real power. The Stoics believed the good life comes from mastering yourself, not depending on others. And once you've genuinely learned to stand alone, you stop settling for connections that shrink you. You only accept the ones that actually add something. So if you're single right now, don't rush to escape it. Treat it as the rare gift it actually is. A chance to become the clearest, strongest, most honest version of yourself. Because the person who can stand alone without fear is the one who can walk into any room, with anyone, and never lose themselves. So ask yourself tonight, honestly, am I running from this solitude? Or am I actually growing inside it? That single question might change more than you'd expect. Remember, you were never half of anything. You're whole. Protect that truth, and don't let anyone talk you out of it.